Well, this is just a continuation of what you were saying, because the project that Barbara and I and others are involved in, just to give you a quick concrete, the thing that worries me. We're working with people in Kansas to have a savings tickets where people who are using convenience stores and buying lottery tickets can start to put in $1, $5, $10 into a savings program. And these are going to be typically people of middle and lower means, many of whom don't have savings. So we're going to do a bunch of hoorah and a bunch of patriotic exhortation and so on to say, you don't have to just buy a lottery ticket and a gallon of milk at the quick stop. You can start a savings program. And people who don't have savings hopefully are going to start having modest amounts of savings. And it's all going to go, because they're going to have a smart card that says Kansas Saves, all these little savings are going to go in one institution, either a bank or, if we have our way, it might be a credit union or some entity of that nature. Now, what, if anything, can we do to protect those specific individuals, not everybody in Kansas or everybody in the world, but those specific individuals from the charge that they've been led down the primrose path because they're actually going to lose money? And another thing is, we may, I know you don't like this, but we may have to tell them that they can't withdraw it for a year. We may have to tell them that. We don't want to, but we may. There's pressure to do that. So these are small savers. And I was talking with Shell, and he said, well, one possibility would be to get philanthropy to give the money necessary to guarantee them a 2% rate of interest. And so, well, there's an idea. Maybe that's what we should try to do. But what are your thoughts about if you weren't trying to solve everything, if you're just trying to do that one thing? You have a few 100,000 people with modest means in Kansas that are part of a government-encouraged small saver program. In an ideal world, wouldn't it be good to have them realize some rate of return on this and not lose their value of their savings?
Can I ask you a mechanical question about the program?
Yeah.
Usually these lottery programs go to fund something like education or something in an outright denial of the fungibility of money. But anyways, is that what the program in Kansas is? Is the money they put into Kansas Saves going anywhere besides the savings account?
No.
So it's just a straight lottery and a savings?
It's not. There's no gambling and there's no lottery. It's a savings program, just plain and simple. Okay. But you, by virtue of the savings deposits into your own account, you become eligible for some donated prizes that will be raffled off. So there's a fun element of you could win a prize, but every dollar that you put down goes into your savings account. So that's good, but can we have them not lose the value of those small savings over the next 5 years? Or maybe you're saying that, well, that's not such a big deal. They'll probably do it anyway. And I mean, anyway, that's the thing. We're wrestling with that. I mean, that's going to be like an actual thing that happens that we have to start worrying about.
So my view would be, the effects of absent of violent and kind of space shuttle type acceleration of inflation. I don't think it's going to be the make or break consideration of the program. But if what you're hoping to do is lay a proper foundation because it's going to be a demonstration of what other programs should be, then my question would be, what would that savings bank be allowed to invest in? And the easy expedient would be for the legislature in Kansas to authorize the issuance of a tax-exempt bond which pays the CPI rate. And then you could say, well, that's a kind of an implicit tax on the people of Kansas because they could probably pay 0.5% a year on variable rate tax-exempt debt or less. Now they're going to pay 2% or something, or inflation, CPI less 0.5% if you want to nickel and dime it. And then it's free from federal taxation, free from Kansas taxation. Not that these modest savers are necessarily going to face that. And, you know, I mean, I'm sure the state of Kansas is spending money on other dumb things, so I doubt this would be the worst thing in the world they could do. But it would then lay out the idea that it's inflation protected, it's tax protected, you know, and it's guaranteed. You know, they have to worry about the state of Kansas's ability to pay its debt, but I don't think that's, you know, a paramount concern anyways. So that's what I would suggest.